A presidency under siege, the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. The presidency of Donald J. Trump was a turbulent period in American history. It was marked by intense political polarization, social unrest, and a constant barrage of controversies. This tumultuous atmosphere, unfortunately, also gave rise to a disturbing surge in threats and acts of violence directed at political figures, culminating in the chilling attempted assassination of President Trump himself. The incident, which occurred at the former president's golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida, sent shockwaves through the nation. It served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present danger of extremism in a society increasingly riven by political and ideological divides. This attempted assassination attempt, though unsuccessful, left an indelible mark on the American psyche. It underscored the very real dangers faced by public figures, particularly in an era of heightened political tensions. The event also ignited a fierce debate about the role of inflammatory rhetoric in inciting violence and the urgent need for greater civility and respect in political discourse. A nation divided, the polarizing presidency of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's presidency was defined by a level of political and social division rarely witnessed in modern American history. His policies, often seen as radical departures from traditional conservative values, ignited fierce opposition from the left and even alienated some within his own party. Trump's rhetoric, frequently characterized by harsh language, personal attacks and inflammatory statements, further exacerbated these divisions. His pronouncements often targeted minority groups, political opponents, and even members of his own administration, fueling a climate of distrust and animosity. This divisive rhetoric, while arguably appealing to his base of supporters, had the unintended consequence of emboldening extremist elements within society. It created an environment where hateful ideologies, once relegated to the fringes, found fertile ground to grow and spread. The increasing normalization of such extreme views, coupled with the erosion of civil discourse, contributed to a climate where violence against political opponents was no longer unthinkable, but a terrifying possibility. Threats and menaces, the shadow of violence over the Trump administration. The Trump presidency was tragically marred by a disturbing escalation of threats and acts of violence. The Secret Service, tasked with protecting the president and other high-profile individuals, reported a significant surge in threats against then-President Trump and his family. These threats, often fueled by a toxic mix of political extremism, conspiracy theories, and online radicalization, came from various sources, including domestic extremist groups, lone actors, and individuals with mental health issues. The sources were diverse, but the common thread was a deep-seated hatred for Trump and his policies, fueled by the inflammatory rhetoric that pervaded the political landscape. The threats against Trump extended beyond mere words. There were several alarming incidents where individuals attempted to breach security at Trump's properties or events, often armed with weapons or explosives. These incidents highlighted the very real danger posed by radicalized individuals willing to resort to violence to express their political grievances, creating an atmosphere of fear and anxiety around the presidency. The West Palm Beach plot, a chilling example of escalating threats. A foiled assassination attempt at Trump's West Palm Beach golf club exposed the vulnerability to political violence. The suspect, caught with a high-powered rifle, highlighted the clear and present danger. Investigations revealed radicalization fueled by online conspiracy theories. This plot underscored the threat from individuals radicalized online. Section 5. Inflammatory rhetoric, fanning the flames of hatred and violence. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump ignited a fierce national debate about the role of inflammatory rhetoric in inciting political violence. Critics argued that the divisive language employed by Trump himself, as well as his allies in the media and politics, contributed to a climate of hostility and intolerance that emboldened extremists. Trump's frequent use of dehumanizing language, labeling his opponents as enemies of the people or traitors, was seen by many as crossing a dangerous line. This rhetoric, they argued, created a permission structure for violence by framing political opposition as an existential threat that justified extreme measures. While correlation does not equal causation, studies have shown a disturbing link between inflammatory rhetoric and real-world violence. Exposure to dehumanizing language can desensitize individuals to violence, making them more likely to condone or even engage in aggressive behavior. The debate over the impact of rhetoric on political violence is complex and multifaceted. However, the attempted assassination of Trump serves as a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked hatred and the need for greater responsibility in public discourse. Section 6. Guardians of the Republic, the Secret Service, and the daunting task of protecting Trump. The Secret Service faced unprecedented challenges during the Trump administration. The volume of threats fueled by political polarization and online radicalization was unlike anything before. The agency grappled with a deluge of credible threats, straining their resources. They adapted tactics and allocated more personnel to protective details. Employing a multi-layered approach, they combined technology, intelligence, and trained personnel. The attempted assassination underscored the difficulty of protecting a public figure today. Section 7. The price of dissent: the arrest and prosecution of Ryan Wesley Ruth. Law enforcement launched a swift investigation to apprehend Ryan Wesley Ruth. Ruth was apprehended shortly after the incident thanks to the quick response of the Secret Service. He had become radicalized online, frequenting extremist websites. Ruth's trial sparked national debate about free speech and preventing violence. The case highlighted the challenges of addressing online extremism and public safety. Section 8. The fragility of democracy, the chilling effect of political violence. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump served as a chilling reminder of the fragility of democracy and the ever-present threat posed by political violence. It underscored the fact that democracy is not a spectator sport, but a participatory system of government that requires active engagement and a shared commitment to peaceful dialogue. When violence enters the political arena, it undermines the very foundations of democracy. It silences opposing voices, creates a climate of fear and intimidation, and erodes trust in democratic institutions. The chilling effect of political violence can discourage individuals from participating in the political process, leading to apathy and disengagement. The attempted assassination of Trump, regardless of one's political views, should serve as a wake-up call for all Americans. It is a stark reminder of the importance of safeguarding democratic norms, upholding the rule of law, and rejecting violence as a means of resolving political differences. We must remember that democracy thrives on dissent, debate, and the peaceful transfer of power. When these principles are eroded, the very fabric of our society is threatened. Section 9. A call for unity, transcending division, and embracing civil discourse. In the wake of the attempted assassination, there were calls for national unity and a return to civil discourse. Leaders from across the political spectrum condemned the violence and emphasized the need to bridge divides and find common ground. The incident served as a stark reminder that political disagreements, while inevitable in a democracy, should never escalate to violence. It underscored the importance of engaging in respectful dialogue, listening to opposing viewpoints, and seeking common ground wherever possible. Civil discourse requires empathy, respect, and a willingness to engage with those who hold different views. It requires a commitment to truth, a rejection of misinformation, and a willingness to engage in good faith debate. Rebuilding trust and fostering unity in a deeply divided society is a daunting task, but it is an essential one. It requires a collective effort from citizens, elected officials, and the media to promote understanding, tolerance, and a shared commitment to democratic values. Section 10. Safeguarding our future. Protecting democracy through dialogue and understanding. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump stands as a stark warning sign in American history. It underscores the vital importance of preserving democratic values, especially in the face of escalating political polarization and the normalization of violence. Protecting democracy is not solely the responsibility of law enforcement or government institutions. It is a collective responsibility that falls upon every citizen. We must actively combat the spread of misinformation, challenge hateful rhetoric, and promote empathy and understanding in our communities. Education plays a crucial role in safeguarding our future. By teaching future generations about the importance of tolerance, critical thinking, and responsible online behavior, we can create a more resilient democracy. Let the attempted assassination of Donald Trump serve as a catalyst for positive change. Let it inspire us to bridge divides, engage in respectful dialogue, and work together to create a more just and equitable society for all. The future of our democracy depends on it.